Hepinize merhabalar sevgili dostlar. Hogwarts Legacy 8. bölümle karşınızdayız.
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Sanki geçim sıkıntılı.
Revelio.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll, and Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Hadi bakalım.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Eyvallah bacım.
Be on your guard.
Tamam.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
Ne oluyor orada ya?
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Oğlum o asayı bak indir. O asayı indir canımı sıkma. Bak oğlum hayırdır. Kimsiniz lan siz? Bak.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Profesyonel bölümü yeni bir düşman tipi.
I'm not going anywhere.
You'll take this over my dead body!
Rodrigo!
You're easier to spot than an
You haven't got a friend.
Gel buraya. Şurayı al bak.
back for more.
Canımı sıkmayın benim ha.
Revelio.
Just happened. I've never been accosted in such a manner. And so
Oğlum
close
Mat
to
biz ya yere
Hogwarts.
çaldık.
you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive
Ne
skills.
demek ki yani?
Care to tell me
Hanımefendi.
why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders.
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long
Büyülüm var
story,
bir.
but thank you for your help.
Namım var
Well,
halimde.
you've
İsmimiz
avoided
var.
them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff. Brilliant potioneer. Has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a
Yani her
travelling
görüşe
vendor.
saygımız var da
Hears
bir
what's going on
şaşırttı.
in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures.
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in
Alalım
Merlin.
bari.
I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I
Söyle bakayım.
suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet.
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
Hadi görelim bari.
I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Revelio. This trunk.
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Revelio.
Tamam da ne yapacağız bunları?
Accio. Levioso.
Spell might help us here.
Accio.
Gözden kaçırdım orayı.
Incendio.
Merlin's beard.
The flames make the pyre sink.
Beard, how beautiful.
What a day. I can hardly believe it.
Revelio.
Bu kadar mı?
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Sizinle de hanımefendi.
And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Revelio. Revelio.
Bir şey kalmadı ya. Şu yan görevi bir yapalım.
This must be where the Pinch Smedley family astrolabe is.
Keşke suyun altını da görebilseydik ya. Bu biraz sade olmuş yani. Bir üniforma bulduk ya. Al bakayım çocuğum.
I should let Grace know that I found her family astrolabe.
Trust you didn't find the dive too terribly difficult.
Hello, Grace. I followed your bearings on a
Biz bu
dive in
görevi
Black
nerede
Lake.
aldık ya?
Oh, how incredible! Did you find the astrolabe?
I did. I hope it makes your father happy.
It will. I can't wait to see his face. Thank you so much for doing this for me, and for my family. You do well to keep an eye out for more spots to dive. A diver of your caliber is certain to find all sorts of things down there.
Bakarız.
Thank you
Onlara
again.
bakarız.
And I do hope you keep diving. You certainly have a knack for finding treasure.
Var ya öyle bir şeyler diyorlar. Ha. Oha, yan ilişki görevlerini bitirmişiz. O zaman hemen bir ufaktan tekrar bakalım. Expel yardımcısı öğreneceğiz. Sonra buradan bir teçhizata bakalım. Var mı yeni bir şey? Var. Güzelmiş. Şapka neymiş? Yok. İstemiyoruz. Aslında bu da iyi de yani Superman gibi duruyoruz ya. Ama görünüşünü değiştirelim biz. Evet, böyle iyi oldu. Şimdi üstümüzde bu var. 30, 29, 37, 28, 26, 7. Aa, bu da iyiymiş. Ama tabii okuldayız şimdi yani. Böyle kalalım işte. Şuna bakacağız bir. Eldiven bir bakacağız. Envanteri genişletiyormuşuz. Bu önemli bak. Bir tane daha Merlin şeyini öyle yaptık mı? Konuşamadım ya. Şekilsiniz ya. Burayı da geçtik. Bunları da işaretledik. Tam da neresi burası? Şuraya bir gidelim ya. Ana görevden devam edelim.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Teşekkürler hanımefendi. Allah Allah. Biz ona bir dakika. Aa, o kağıdı bir daha göremiyor muyuz? Bunlara bir kafa patlatacağım da o kağıdı bulmamız iyi oldu ama.
Revelio.
Sanırım birçok şeyi onun sayesinde halledeceğiz. İşte biz
Off on
derse
another
gidelim.
adventure, are we?
Tabi tabi. Lan görevler. O şeyi. Bir kere yapmışız bunu. Dönerek kaşar. Bu genel bir görev herhalde. Bunun şeyi yok yani. Onu normal şeylerde yapacağız yani. Normal kapışırken olacak bir görev o galiba. Şimdi iksir dersine doğru yola koyulalım.
Maybe Aura's or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade.
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent.
Revelio.
Aha. Bu da doldu. Hemen ne verdiğine bir hızlıca bakalım onun da. Alan kılavuz sayfalarını baya doldurduk biz ya.
Revelio.
Var mı etrafta hızlayabileceğimiz bir şey? Hadi bakalım göreve başlayalım. Hocamız kim acaba?
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
Hocam bir şeyi gösterseydin mi araya?
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Oh, karıştırdık mı? Bu Fig'de konuşan hoca değil miydi ya?
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Nasıl istersen hocam yani.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about it more.
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard.
Bir daha by the way dersen çakacağım ağzına bir tane.
I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
Hadi bakalım.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Yok yok öyle bir şey. Halledeceğim ben onu ya.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Aha, bir Weasley daha.
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. I'm
Yeah.
Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
Bilemedim ki şimdi.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather. As long as
Alalım
you're
ya,
certain
yeni bir
Sharp
şeyler
won't miss
öğreniriz
it.
belki.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Hadi bakalım.
Keep your potion.
Revelio.
A well-prepared witch or wizard always has a few potions on hand.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Hadi bakalım. Yaptık bir hızcılık ama.
Potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough.
Bu ne anasını satayım, her şeyi atmışız. Galiba bu saatten sonra böyle olacak. Otomatik atacak bütün malzemeleri. O da iyidir. Ya bu iksir işte bu dünyanın bir parçası yani baktığın zaman ama olsa da olur, olmasa da olur ya.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait.
Oğlum
it's not
patlatacak mı
supposed
bizi?
to- Ah! Dragon's
Yeah.
What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Allah'ım kafasını kopart diyor bu çocuk ya.
I brewed an Adurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry.
İtiraf edelim, ne
I
olacak
was
ya.
merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was
Tenyü'ye de bir daha güvenmem
skeptical
zaten.
given the
Patlattı bizi
advanced
burada.
nature of this
10
class and
saniye
the fact
sürmedi
you're a new
adama
student.
güvenmemiz.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Sağ olun hocam.
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Wasn't expecting that literally to blow up in my face. It was rather brilliant, though. I'd better
Ay
clean up.
yürü canım
You should finish
sıkmayın.
brewing your
Çakşam
potion
ağzına.
already.
Çekilin gençler. Herkesin sizin gibi layla ölüm takılmıyor. Aa,
Greetings,
evet.
young Slytherin. Scrope knows about the old book you found from Professor Fig. Scrope can help you. And you can help Scrope get to the courtyard past the pendulum. If you don't know it, you'll see it easy enough. And don't tell anyone what you're up to. Especially Professor Black.
Ama bir şey söylenmiyor ki zaten. Ulan ister misin bu hocalardan birisi güvendiğimiz birisi başımıza iş açsın, satsın bizi?
Revelio. Incendio.
Aha. Hop, seni de aldık. Böyle böyle çözeceğiz bir şeyleri ya.
Incendio.
Anladım, sen de işlemiyorum şu an.
Revelio.
Önce bir şunu alalım. Scrope bulduğunuz kitaptan haberdar, eksik bir şey mi var? Scrope açık havada konuşmanın güvenli olduğuna inanmıyor. Scrope başka bir not bırakıp köprünün karşısında kayaların arasında dikkatli olduğundan kimseye bahsetmiyor.
Scrope? Who is Scrope?
Allah abi, o meşhur köprü ya. Yapmışlar abi Hogwarts'ı ya. Kim ne derse desin vallahi, hani insanlar eleştiriyor mu bilmiyorum ama benim gördüğüm kadarıyla bayağı bir kişinin hoşuna da gitmiş. Gördüm seni. Ya bu ne? Neredeyse taş dairenin hemen aşağısındaki kabaklara yönelelim. Birinin işine bak. Zavallı kalbi kırık Scrope'a yardım edebiliriz.
Pumpkins. I think I know just the place.
Bakalım. Şunlar ne ya? Havada uçanlar. Ya burası Hagrid'in kulübesi değil mi? Evet. Tabii şu anda hiçbirisi yok. Aynen Hagrid'in kulübesi.
Revelio.
Genç Slytherin şimdiye kadar son derece meraklı olmalı. Scrope ile su kenarında kırık bunu
Down to the water's edge. This had better not be a trick.
Adamı mahvettik. Kavaklarına bir şey çıkar umuduyla. Aga be. Ha, şu an kimse yok galiba burada ya. He. Tuvaletini de görmüş. Ne gerek var mıydı bilmiyorum ama bir Harry Potter anılarım canlandı ya. Dur lan dur. Ama şu Hogwarts'ın çevresini falan gerçekten şahane yapmışlar yani. Ha, bunlar ne? Balkon suyu.
Revelio.
Ebe gümeci falan filan neyi yapmıştık?
Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Accio. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Revelio.
Zaten burnumuz boktan kurtulmuyor ki. Buraya da böyle ufak bir yer yapmışlar. Anladım. Çok bir özelliği yok gibi yani, olsa da olur. Olmasa da olur. Aa, çapraz karşısında bir joyer.
Incendio. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
Ay taşları ne işe yarıyor acaba?
Accio. Levioso. Accio.
Allah Allah. Lan başka bir yere geçiş yok. Şu an sanki bir tık boşa uğraşıyormuşuz.
Incendio.
Ateş var etrafında ama neyse. Gidelim aga bir yere. Var mı etrafta toplanacak bir şey? Yok. Okey. Kimmiş bu arkadaşımız, görelim mi? Sen kimsin lan?
Thank you for coming all this way. The name's Scrope. Scrope serves the headmaster. Been in the Black family for years. Apologies for the abundance of notes. Scrope wanted to be sure you weren't followed.
What's this all about? Your notes mentioned the book I found in the restricted section.
Scrope can tell you more in exchange for your help, but no one, especially the headmaster, can know.
I'm not so sure about this. I don't need the headmaster upset with me.
Oh, the headmaster won't be upset. Scrope simply wants to surprise him. Scrope will explain. Scrope's late mistress, Apollonia Black, may she rest in peace, was a student at Hogwarts over 50 years ago. Before she died, she spoke with passion of pages ripped from a book. Scrope suspects she took them to her private grotto. She was delirious at the end, poor thing. Mistook belladonna for elderberries. Scrope tried to warn her.
I'm sorry to hear that. But how do you benefit if I find the pages?
Scrope believes that a treasured Black family ring is also in the grotto. Scrope wishes to give it to the headmaster. Apollonia forbade Scrope from entering the grotto long ago. Scrope continues to honour her wishes. Scrope would not dare ask a student for help, but when Scrope learned you were looking for those pages, Scrope thought you might also find the ring.
How did you know that I'd found a book and that it's missing pages?
Scrope and the other house elves are good at staying out of sight. Scrope hears and sees many things in the castle. Scrope knows how to keep secrets.
Çakal seni.
Tell me more about this treasured ring.
Oh, it's adorned with the Black family crest. The headmaster would be pleased with Scrope for returning it.
How did you injure your ear?
The Blacks have a tradition of decapitating their house elves when their service is no longer required. One day, dear Apollonia was understandably frustrated with Scrope and got a bit too eager with a cleaver. Scrope was able to convince the sweet girl of his value and now views this small injury as a reminder of her good heart.
O nasıl bir iyi kalptir ya?
It seems this may help us both. I shall do it.
Scrope is relieved. Scrope hoped the young Slytherin would be willing to help. Take this toast to the grotto just down the coast. Place it on the pedestal there. Good luck. Scrope will wait right here for you. Best of luck, finding...
Revelio.
And the ring.
Şunu bir alalım kanka. Seninle mi gideceğiz?
Revelio.
O ne lan öyle?
Levioso. Incendio.
Dog dili.
Revelio. Revelio.
Vay vay vay, ne oluyor böyle ya?
Why would I need a piece of toast? I suppose that's where it goes.
Aa, mevzuya bak.
Could it be? A visitor?
Lan başsız nick mi bu yoksa?
Oh! Ooh. The name's Richard Jackdaw. I was a student, just like you, about a century ago. How in the world did you find this place?
A house elf named Scrope sent me. Said I might find a black family ring here.
Ah. Sorry to say, I sold the ring a long time ago. Poor Scrope. Still holds a candle for Apollonia, I reckon.
İyi de
Can't say
kanka
I
böyle bir
blame
şey
him.
oldu mu yani
I
şimdi?
stole all these treasures just to impress her. Alas, 'twas to no avail. I thought a secret map I pilfered from Peeves would pique her interest. But she simply rolled her eyes. What would I want with yellowed old pages torn from a book? Not my finest moment.
I'd like to have those pages if you don't mind.
They're not here. I thought if Apollonia wasn't interested in the map on the pages, perhaps it would lead to something that would intrigue her. So, I followed the map to what I can only describe as an enchanted cave of some kind. And you see what happened next? Here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you where to find the pages.
Aha, mevzuya gidiyoruz. En baştan
How is it
soralım.
possible to steal from Peeves, a
I didn't
poltergeist?
steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's sure to cause the most chaos. He dropped them after a particularly aggressive romp through the library.
Why did I need the toast to get in here?
Oh, that was Apollonia's idea. Seems some squids love toast. They should have taught you that at Hogwarts.
I think I could guess how you died, but who did it to you?
I was having a look around when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze. After that, I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do visit the cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
I suppose if that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you at the forest.
I'm sure the pages are still tucked in my waistcoat. If you don't mind the sight of a, well, my decapitated skeleton, they're yours for the taking.
Hadi bakalım.
Revelio. A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now. Where did you suggest we meet?
Near the Forbidden Forest. Easy enough to find from the castle. Look for a foreboding tangle of thick black trees.
I suppose if that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you at the forest.
I'm sure the pages are still tucked in my waistcoat. If you don't mind the sight of a, well, my decapitated skeleton, they're yours for the taking.
Revelio.
Dediğin gibi olsun kanka. Scrope'a şu bilgiyi verelim, ondan sonra uzayalım biz. O
Hello,
boşuna
Scrope.
oyalanmaz.
Thanks to you, I was able to enter Apollonia's grotto. The toast was the key. I met a ghost there, Richard Jackdaw, who's agreed to lead me to the pages I've been looking for.
That boy was never good enough for Apollonia. Oh, what of the Black family ring?
I'm sorry to say that Jackdaw sold it long ago.
Sad news indeed. Scrope shall need to think of another way to impress the headmaster. Well, Scrope takes some consolation in knowing that the young Slytherin found what they needed.
I did. Thank you again, Scrope. You're a credit to house elves.
Vay vay kanka. Evet, şimdi bu görevi de tamamladık. Verecek mi başka görev? Aynen. Ha, silahsızlandırma büyüsünü öğreneceğiz. Onu da ne zaman öğreneceğiz? Bir sonraki bölümde. İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ediyorum. Kendinize iyi bakın. Hoşça kalın arkadaşlar.